Bam. All right. So the name you said.
Mm-hmm.
What questions did you have about the name?
How about, why did you choose? He's being interviewed now. Okay.
No audience for this. It was just me.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Like, why did you choose the name Detour?
So I think I just went to like a lot of. I went through a lot of names, but I don't even remember what they were. I just like went through my train of thought of what I wanted to, what I wanted my name to be and what I wanted it to represent throughout my time throughout the podcast, right? So, for Detour, I felt like it spoke to what I was trying to do in terms of my first season of having like a community college, like detouring route, deviating from the norm. And that's what I really liked about the word detour, because it was the fact that I could still fall back to that community college route, different college experiences and whatnot, but I still had the flexibility of detour being, like you mentioned earlier, when it was off camera, it was like direction, a sense of direction in terms of whether that be a career path that you might take, but it's different, right? Or whether that be an experience of fitness that's different. I feel like it's very versatile in a sense that detour means more than just school, right? And I feel like that's something that I want to eventually stray away from, because we're all not going to be in school. Like, eventually you're not going to be in school, but everyone's still going to be learning, right? And I feel like that's very important part, or a very important part of why I chose Detour as the name. It's because it's very versatile. It has this general aspect where I can still work with it in the future. And yeah, that's just like one of the main reasons why I chose like the word detour. And it rang, it's like, it's different, it's different in a way that you're having a different like path towards where you're going. If you see my logo, it's like you have that little blue arrow going up, and then it's like this yellow arrow just goes straight across. It's like, where are you going? It's like it's like a U-turn, but then it's like another arrow going across. So it's like, what path are you really taking? It's like you're rerouting yourself. It's like all about rerouting in different paths, like pathways to take, and that's just the main reason why I chose Detour.
I really like the name Detour. It's unique, and there's a lot of different angles that you can look at it.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with that name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, or I said, right? I don't know. But someone said a path. Like, detours, not really. I feel like when you think of detour, it has like this connotation that you're taking a different, that's the definition. Yeah. You're taking a different route than the original path that you were supposed to take.
Yeah.
But I feel like the connotation comes in when it says you're not supposed to go there. You should have just go the original path. Do you see that? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. I think
there's some conception there, like that people think just because it's a detour, it's a path that
it's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a bad thing. You shouldn't have gone there.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like detour is just more of, it's just another path.
Yeah, I think so too. I think of it that way because I was thinking of the first. Oh, okay. The names are starting to come back, but one of like one of the names I was thinking of was reroute. It was between reroute and detour because they both mean the same thing, right? But reroute just sounded weird. It just sounded too much, right? But it's just that idea of taking a different path. That was my main focus of what I wanted this podcast to represent. Taking a different path, right? And I feel like Detour embodies that like to its fullest extent, because it's like you're deviating from the norm, and it's not all the time, a bad thing. Like, all the guests I've had on this podcast so far, they've taken a detour from the original path, and I feel like they've made
from the standard.
Exactly. And you can still find success from it, and that's what I want to highlight. Detouring doesn't necessarily mean bad, and most times in most scenarios, the guests I have on here, it's all success. You find the most success when you take the most abnormal paths. And I feel like that's something that I wanted to highlight throughout the course
I
of the
don't know
podcast.
the order of the the podcast, but Linda, is she after me? Or
Yeah. Linda's
Damn
after.
it. But she said something. I wanted to allude to it.
It's okay. It's
But-
okay. You guys will get a sense of who Linda is later, I guess.
But a guest said, oh, it's Linda. But Linda
It's okay.
said,
After hours.
yeah, she said something about people wanted her to go the path of least resistance.
I told my mom that too.
Right? And usually when you go the path of least resistance, I feel like that's going down the hill. Right? Okay, let me ride with this for a second.
I get it.
The path of least resistance, you're going down the hill. Oh my god, I'm just saying this as I go right now, dude.
I like it.
I'm just thinking it right now.
I like
This
it.
is
I like
sick.
it.
But path of least resistance, you're going down the hill. You're going against the stream. And think about the view from the bottom. You know, everybody sees that. But the path, that's the harder one where you have to climb, you have to grunt, you have to put in the effort, the willpower, and you have to sweat, and you gotta put in the effort to. You're climbing up the mountain, and that's what they usually say, the view on top is greater, isn't it?
Dude, that's beautiful. I'm gonna start using that now.
I just thought of it.
No, I like it. Dude, that was awesome, bro. No,
I just started talking.
No,
Give me
I
some
like
inspiration, man.
No, I like that because it's like...
Linda, thanks, man. I mean, women. Thanks.
But no. I vibe with that because it's like your least resistance. Like, if you think about it in terms of running, because I've been on multiple hikes over the past like quarantine, you know, I've been very like nature guy, you know, very spiritual in nature. I love nature, right? And it's like when you're going, everyone hates going uphill, you know. It's very like you feel a lot of pressure, a lot of resistance, right? And it's like fighting against that uphill, and everyone loves the downhill because it's like you have gravity. You have gravity on your side. It's easy, you know. All you have to do is just, you know, like chill, you know, and relax a bit. But it's like when you're working uphill towards that, like the top of the peak, you know, it's like it's much more rewarding. But everyone hates it.
It's just that in the moment before you get there, when you get that gratification of the work that you put in, it's just it's weird how we don't learn to enjoy. I'm still learning this too, but like I want to talk to you. What's my topic? It's back to us. It's weird that we don't learn to enjoy like every aspect of life. You know what I mean? Like, how come it only has to be good? Like, we're happy, we're laughing, it's good, and then we're enjoying life. I mean, like, of course, that's the ideal. That's where you want to be at. You know? But that's not always realistic because life isn't just one emotional state where it's always happy. Yeah. Though, you know, we can make our best to make it that way, and that's where we should always strive to be. I feel like because life's supposed to feel good, but like. There's so many different emotions and aspects of life. We're supposed to, you know, during that time where it's hard work, you know, we're supposed to try to enjoy that too. Because I feel like when we're talking about in the podcast, during on hours, where it was
on hours.
Right? Is that what it's called?
That's so funny. Yeah. Live hours. I guess. Yeah. On hours.
I'm a virgin on podcasts. And what was I on about?
It was emotions, right? Pinpointing emotions and stuff. It's okay because I was gonna talk about something that you said too about emotions, and it's okay to not all the time like have these positive emotions. No, go ahead. I want you to finish.
My brain. I have a good memory. It's just like if I switch like topics and we're just laughing about that thing, I'm like, what are we talking about? Like,
I get that.
I'm present to. I'm enjoying it. I'm laughing.
I get that. Yeah.
But. Yeah, experiencing every emotion, like even though it's hard in the moment, like we're climbing up that mountain, right? Yeah. And we want to be at the tip, but even in that moment, I feel like we should learn to enjoy every step of it. Even though like we're like sweating, we're like, yo, I just want to be at the top. I don't want to be on the more. Like enjoy that too. Feel like if you're not enjoying it, you're not enjoying your life, and like you're only going to enjoy small bits of it, and then you only have two. Yeah. That dash we were talking about. You only have that little time frame right there in the middle from when you're born to when you die, and then you're only gonna enjoy like segments of that. It's something that I'm working on too. Yeah. But we should enjoy all of it.
I resonate with that a lot. You know, it's like it's the fact that, you know, a lot of us talk about past, future, but like what you want to be, who you were back then, but who are you now? You know. And I feel like that's something that not a lot of people grasp. like can grasp, or they have a hard time grasping the fact that, you know, you should embrace your present state. You know, it's if you're feeling happy, if you're feeling sad, just feel all of it. You know, feel all of it now. Be in that moment. Be in that state of beingness. You know, and I feel like that's something that no one really speaks about. You know, I feel like a lot of people should really enjoy the moment that's present. You shouldn't be always constantly worrying about, you know, I mean, it's important, but it's going to deviate you from being in that present moment. You know, let's say we're having a conversation right now, but all I'm thinking about is, oh shoot, what do I have to do like after? What do I have to do in the future? I have this assignment, this blah 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 blah. I need to get this done.
Yeah, that's hard.
It deviates you from being in that full experience of being in that conversation that
you
we have
cheat
right
yourself
now.
from that experience.
Exactly, right? So
and then you go back, you're like, oh, I wish I went. That I feel like that's one of the things that leads to regret.
Yeah, I think so too, and I feel like not a lot of people think about that. It's all about what I have to do later, and it's not about enjoying like the present. I feel like a lot of the times during hangouts too, that happens a lot. From my experience, like in high school too, it's like,
what you gotta do later.
yeah, what do I have to do later? Ah, shoot, I have this assignment that I need to do later. Man, Mr. Shader gave me econ homework or something, you know? It's like, bro, like, just enjoy the moment, you know?
Because that moment's gonna pass and you're not gonna be go
exactly.
back.
A lot of people reminisce on the good times that they had back then, but it's like, why are you reminiscing on it? You should have lived in the moment, right? It's like, there's this quote, I think it's like, something about like the good times. How do you know when like the good times are like, how do you, I forgot what it was, but it was like, how do you know when like the good times are like, how, damn, I can't really think of it, but it's like the idea of not knowing when to appreciate like the good times, basically, if that makes sense.
I feel like I know what you're saying, because I feel like my grandma and my aunt talks about this too. And my aunt, she lives in Maryland.
Yeah.
And that's away from this state.
Yeah.
But
I think it's on the other side.
Yeah. Just to give context.
Yeah.
But she's away, and then sometimes like when she comes to visit Cali, she visits for only a week or so, and I only see her a week or a couple days out of whenever I see her. Like, I might see her 2 years later, or I don't know when I'm gonna see her. You know, she got her own life.
Yeah.
But then she says this thing in Vietnamese. I'll try to translate it. She says.
No, say it in Viet first. I want to hear that. OG.
OG. She says like this. She says. Oh my God! It's literally what you're saying. It's. Không biết vui chừng nào mình chỉ phải. Yo, how did she say it? She said it so wise. Yo, I'm gonna be you.
Don't butcher it, bro.
Yo, I know. I want to say it just like how she said. I'm about to call her up right now. Be like, hey, open nói lại cho con.
Call her up.
Oh, she's working
Oh,
probably.
she's
right
working.
Now. Yeah, she. What's today, Sunday? Oh, Sunday is her rest day.
Oh yeah.
She's chilling on the bed right now. She says.
It's okay. You can say it. In
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Chừng nào vui đó tụi mình không có biết chừng nào chuyện xảy ra hay là chừng nào mức nào sẽ rơi tới từ. Yo, this is not going well. I speak Vietnamese like a 6th grader. Yo, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
It's like chừng nào vui chừng nào phải vui hết mình, từ chừng nào mình không có biết cái đó là thiệt là chuyện cái mức vui hay là không, từ chuyện khác sẽ xảy qua. Mình không có sẽ gặp nhau hoài. Like,
what does that mean in English?
Yo, what did that even mean in Vietnamese when I said it?
It's like,
no, I got it. Yeah. She said, when we are happy, be happy with all of our spirit, our whole body, because we don't know if that's actually a good moment. I mean, we know when is a good moment, but like, we don't know when we'll get another moment like that. I feel like what she's trying to say fully is that nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah.
And that we should be grateful for all the moments that we have, whatever it is, because anything could change instantly, like so fast. Like that's one of the things that twins say. Remember at the banquet, she said nothing's guaranteed. That's not even a quote that she said. You remember?
Oh, you're giving me those gaps back, dude.
Yeah, she said
I
that,
remember
and
that.
everybody stood up. They were clapping. Remember? She gave good advice. Anyway,
Yeah,
but,
she's coming.
oh, I
She's
forgot we're on a
coming.
podcast. No, but oh, she is coming.
She is coming.
Yo, that's like segue
In the
right
future.
here.
For sure.
She's coming like 3 weeks for y'all.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
No, but
Something like
she said like nothing's guaranteed because like right now things are happy, but who knows how it's gonna be in a week from now. You know, like somebody could die, you know, you can lose a limb, you know, you might change career paths, there's so many things that are up in the air. Like we have a say of what's going on for sure. Like we control our internal world, how we see things. Yeah, we do have a say of what's going on. Like we're not victim to the environment, but of course we do live in a world where like there are outside factors that we can't control. Like you know, there's an earthquake gonna happen or something, a car gets hit, you know. So I feel like part of what you're trying to say with that quote was like be grateful in the moment that you're in, that you have, because you don't know what the next moment will bring.
Yeah, I think that's 100% what I was saying.
It took a little bit for us to get here.
Yeah, I did. But
had to take 2 languages.
But no, that's exactly what I was saying. You know, I feel like everyone should be grateful of, like embrace like the good times. Basically, embrace who you're with in the moment. Be very in the moment with people. You know, in terms of phones and stuff, get off your freaking phone. You know, like when you're hanging out with someone, like be there, be present.
Don't think about nothing else.
Exactly, right? Like be with like whoever you're with like on that given day, you know. You don't want to deviate your attention to something else, you know. I feel like it's very important to be able to have that genuine, authentic, like fulfilling happiness with someone else, you know. I feel like that's something we're lacking today in like society, you know. Everything's very glued on the fact that everything revolves around, you know, social media and like, oh, like I need to post this, post that. You know, when everyone, you remember like that phase of, I mean, it still goes on social media, but that phase where everyone just kept posting about, like before you eat, the most annoying thing I thought was when you had to
take a picture before
get
you
out
eat
your
your
phone,
food.
pan up. You know,
I thought that's kind of interesting.
I
feel like it's cool if you like, it's fine who you with,
it's
so you
fine,
can remember. But like you have to take like y'all.
But like
I'm trying to eat and you try to get all angles of the food. I mean,
but like every single time though, you know, it's like, bro, okay, I'm cool if you do it like once throughout the whole entire day if we're getting like 5 meals or something. But
yeah,
like,
you're eating good out here.
But if you're doing it every single time, are you eating for like our experience, or are you eating for the camera, dude? Like who are you showing? Like why can't you just eat? You know, eat with me.
You letting
be
the
in
camera
moment.
live, or you living?
Yeah, right. Like be in the moment, bro. Like be here with me now.
I heard like this thing where is it? So some friends in high school, like they went to this concert.
Yeah.
Right. They went to this concert and they took turns recording,
Yeah.
because they knew that when they're recording, they're not going to be able to experience and enjoy it fully, right?
Yeah.
So they purposely took turns to do it. So, I mean, okay, the point is, it's just when you are on your device and you can't do 2 things at once.
Yeah.
It's called task switching. It's not multitasking.
Okay.
Because you only have one. Can you talk to me and like solve a math problem right now? It'd be kind of hard.
Yeah, it'd be really hard.
Like you can't do 2 things at once. It's you stop for a second and then you do something else and you go back. Like I think that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
And when you're on your phone, you're looking at the angle. Like you're not fully on what's going on. They're not fully watching the concert because they knew that they don't want to be the only one recording the whole time. So they purposely took turns. But I mean, I say the use of recording as well because it gives you a clearer image.
Yeah.
It's just not letting it control you.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And honestly, that's why, I don't remember, but in high school, if you remembered, I used to be really big on videography, photography, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But
yo, that's a dot.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I strayed away from that. Like after like my senior year, even, you know, I stopped doing it a lot because I was like, it's the fact that you're behind the camera and you're looking at life through a lens, and you're not looking at it with your own two eyes, which really got to me, you know? It was like, I'm having this amazing experience, but I'm capturing it through the lens of a camera. And you know, you can look at it from two different points of view.
Yeah.
It's like, you can capture it and save it for later so you can remember it.
Yeah, not everybody got picture perfect memory.
Yeah, not everyone has picture perfect memory, but it's like, I just felt like I was getting robbed of my experience, like in the moment, you know?
Yeah,
because it's
like a chore.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like, this is so beautiful, you know, but I have to take this. Like, this is so beautiful, but I have to, like, take this because it's like, it's kind of like I had to do it. At the time, I was doing it as a gig, you know, like a side hobby or something, but I just felt so, like, attached to the camera, and everything was being viewed through the lens of a screen, and I wasn't living my life, like, authentically, you know? And that's what I feel like is happening in terms of social media, posting, like, your food and sharing it to the world. It's not a bad thing, you know? Like, it can give some life to people who can't experience it, which I totally love that aspect of photography. Yeah, but I think in terms of a personal perspective, I think I'm getting robbed of my personal experience, you know?
Because you're not going to be able to see everything fully.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see something, but you just see through the lens right
Yeah.
here. But like, if you fully look, it's
like,
a lot more powerful, and you can see more than if you just watch it after.
Exactly. It's like, damn, bro, like, I got this
Oh my
whole
god,
ladder.
look at it over there, but you don't catch it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the same vibe. Like, you watch it, it hits you different. Like, you watch it,
Yeah.
it's different in person too, rather than just watching it there.
That's why I have a very different approach to photography and videography nowadays. I appreciate it, I take it in, I absorb it, and then I record. That's my new way of going through things. So, like, whenever I'm out, whether it be in nature and I have my camera, my phone, or whatever, I appreciate that aspect of being there, being in the moment, being there now, you know? And it's like, I'm appreciating it before I share it, you know? And I feel like that's really important.
Oh, I think I heard that somewhere.
I think I heard it somewhere too. I don't know where. It was somewhere. It was somewhere, definitely. It's not original to my perspective or my idea.
That's a good perspective.
Yeah.
You know,
I think, yeah, man, like, I don't know. That's something that I feel like a lot of people should take into consideration nowadays, right? Like, being there now.
But being mindful of our distractions that take us away from it. Of course, that's one of them. And also, it's hard to do that. It's something that you gotta train and practice to be in the present moment. Because the more you feed something, the more it grows. And if you constantly you keep on giving into temptation to think about something else when you're doing something in the moment, then you're constantly going to be doing that. Like, I have a rule for myself. Right when I jump into bed, I can't think about anything. I mean, I still get thoughts, but I can't trail it. I can't go after it and be like, oh, I have to do this. Breathe. Like, you can't go after it. Oh, and then listen to this. I can't follow the thought. So, of course, I still think. But there are moments where I don't think about anything. But when they do come, I can't trail it. So when I go to bed, well, there's multiple things to it. When I do that, it helps me sleep faster too.
No, I get that.
Yeah, but another thing is, everything's, if you want to build something, it starts at somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And I started there in, like, my sleeping habits or practice or whatever. And then I can translate it to something else.
That makes sense. No, I definitely relate to that in terms of, like, going to bed. I really want to touch upon that because it's like, I don't know, I just vibe with that a lot in terms of going to bed and stopping that trail of thought. And I feel like that goes back to being presently sleeping, right? It's like, you want to enjoy that restful state, right? And it's like, the distractions that take you away from having that restful, peaceful state of, like, sleep is, like, very real too, you know? And I feel like training your brain to really stop distractions before you hop into bed is really real, you know? It's living in the present of sleep, and I feel like it's very
Yeah, I
important.
feel like that's where most of where's the thing where you can't sleep?
Insomnia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that where most of it comes from? I feel like if we constantly keep on trailing our thoughts and then we keep on giving into it, the more we give into something, I feel the weaker we become because we lose our integrity to ourselves and we're not as strong to our. If we keep our word to ourselves, like we're strong, we're like, okay, let's say I'm trying to build a habit, right? I'm trying to build a good eating habit, and I say I'm not eating chips ever again, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna give it a little bit and I eat a little chips, and I get weaker myself. Don't you feel so?
Yeah, I think so.
And then
too.
next time,
it's
like,
definitely happened to me.
next time I'm not gonna eat, and then like, oh, but last time you said that, and then you broke your promise.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck, I was just doing it. And
you make
makes
it
you
easier for
weaker.
yourself. Yeah.
And then I'm just saying that applies to sleeping and then your thoughts too, because if you keep on giving into something, you're gonna lose your power, and then you're not gonna be as strong as you are, and then you lose trust in yourself. You lose your self-confidence, and next time you say you want to do something, it's gonna be hard for you to create a result because you keep on breaking your word.
Yeah.
And it applies. It's broader than just sleeping. I feel like.
No, I think it does go broader than sleeping, but I don't know, man.
How do we get here?
I don't know. Detours, man. Detours. Multiple detours, man.
No, but we're talking
Files
about
have been
path.
pulled.
For real, like you get that metaphor, like you
Yeah.
open it, you look at it, you're like, where's my first file?
Yeah.
No, but like the first detour. No, the first question I asked was why you get that name, and then we were talking about how it's like a path. But I feel like okay, it's not working right now.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not working
after
more.
hours. Just me and you.
You're right. It's all chill.
It's all chill. It's all
Nobody's
chill.
here.
Nobody's here.
Nobody's here. It's just us.
Oh my gosh.
Me and Tony. We're getting high right now. We're getting delusional. I feel like we juiced our brains a little too much.
Maybe.
Have you had lunch?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. I eat at 1.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Dude.
No, it's cool.
It's almost 5. What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 5.
I mean,
I'm just gonna pause it. Pause the recording. It's okay. It's okay.
I need an egg.
You need an egg.
Avocado. I feel like that was good